Hey YouTube, I'm sorry for the lady, okay, but we are here, me and Clinton, to talk a little bit about, oh my goodness, how can I say this? Knowing Zettelkasten method to do a lot of taskings at the same time. Maybe it's a technical. I've just I've already learned about that with Clinton before to put this immersion on YouTube. So I'm sorry because that we got late. And well, like you know, it's Talking Talk is a platform that you can learn the most important language, I guess, or one of some of the most important languages in the world currently. Spanish, English, French. I think it's all for a while. But you can check all the language that Talk and Talk that you can learn on the Talk and Talk's website. Uh, and let me see. Yeah, like it's only a conversation, and both of me and Clinton are hosts here, so we are here to help guide the conversation. Just for it, it's all of us are not teachers, and yeah, that's it. So I need to put the question on the chat. I was forgotten to do that. Uh, yeah, and I have a lot of geometric expression. Oh, I'm here to replace Aline. Okay, today would be Aline's immersion, and I'm here to try to replace her. And yeah, I'm doing my best to replace her. So I think we can skip. I don't know if you want to present yourself, Clinton, but if I don't know if it's necessary.
We can skip this time.
Okay. So let's move on to the question. Could you read the first question, or do you prefer that I read then? I read it.
I can start.
Okay,
Uh,
thank you.
okay. How would you describe the Zettelkasten method in your own words? Well, as I said to you, I spent the last days searching for this topic, so it's a huge coincidence to talk about this because last week on Aline's immersion, she mentioned the fact that she was using Obsidian for
Oh,
taking notes. And I started to search about Obsidian, and many people use Obsidian with this method, Zettelkasten method. It's a way of organizing your ideas and building what so many people are calling on internet a second brain. So this concept of second brain are rising on internet because we are so overwhelmed with a lot of information and we don't know how to deal with it, and we've started to take notes. We many it's common to lose these notes, or we don't know what to do with them. They don't have any practical use. So with this method, you started to organize your ideas like it's a shelf. So you're looking to a furniture and you have a lot of shelves. So you open a shelf and started to access these ideas, these notes that you took, you write them down for all your life. And you started to have these insights from these ideas that you wrote it down on paper. The method started many years ago when internet or computers didn't exist, and the person who invented, a German in the 20th century, have to use this manual way of organizing his ideas, but today most people use it with some kind of app who looks like Obsidian. Obsidian is the most famous. I'm sure that must be another one,
Obsidian.
but
I can
this is
take
the
a
most famous. So yeah, that's
Obsidian.
the
Obsidian is
core
app.
of the thing. Yeah, it's an app we have for um, iOS, Android,
Perfect.
Linux, every
Well,
platforms.
guys that are watching us on YouTube, I think it's one of the magic of Talking Talk. We can learn interesting topics using English, because that I'm so motivated to study every day or almost of my weekdays. And yeah, it's I need to recommend you to give a chance for Talking Talk, because I'm a kind of person that didn't I didn't like English some time ago. I was talking about to Clinton some minutes to put this live on YouTube, and actually I like to be here because I can share and learn a lot with all the people, because there are people with different backgrounds, and one of the magic here. You can learn a new language and new skills. It's so interesting. Okay, my turn. I need to say again, I've just learned about this some minutes before the mission, because I didn't reserve this time to study today. And I'm here just to try to help to Aline, well, in my quick search, I understood that Zettelkasten method is about it's a way that you can manage a lot of tasks independence if it's related to your personal or career part. You can organize ideas to handle and to not forget the what you are doing, what you are learning. I was thinking. I think I do some a part of this technique, because, for example, today I use Notion. I to create to manage projects about different things, about English, about for example, I'm studying data science at the moment, so I created a project to see and manage what I'm learning and next steps, something like that, about time management, 12-week years that both of us, Clinton and me and Clinton, know about that. Let me see. Yeah, so I do these things, and I had no idea that it was a technical, a known technical. So yeah, I think I would describe this way. Okay. Oh, next question. I will try to. I'm going to read and try to answer. What do you do to keep track of your notes or idea on different topics? Keep track of. Let me see. Keep track of. I think to maintain information about something, to stay organized. Yeah, I just said a minute ago. Actually, I use Notion as a lot of uh, uh, new apps and tools like Notion, spreadsheets, some notes like Google Keep. Yeah, I think the main tools that I use to organize my notes are these. And how about you, Clinton?
Until a few days ago, I just used the Notes app from iPhone to write down everything that comes to mind. And I thought it was needed to take some notes. But as I said to you, I'm starting to use Obsidian to
Obsidian.
do this now. And it's interesting because there are a lot of comparisons between Obsidian and Notion if you
Oh,
started to
really?
search about it. Yeah.
I had no idea.
And I've heard about Obsidian in the past, but I didn't watch it any content about it to understand what's the point
I
of
got
this
you.
app. And the big difference between them um, maybe are the way you organize your ideas on Notion is a more traditional way. I mean, you started to create folders and you put in each folder these notes and you started to develop everything inside a note about a specific topic. So
Interesting.
in the end of the day, you have a huge note about some topic, but you can't connect it properly the idea the complexity ideas. So
Oh,
I'm
Notion,
going
you're talking about?
I could share if you would like to see an example
Please.
that I started to do um, these days because
Oh,
I'm new of about this topic, but I started to
I'm
watch
nearer
a lot
than
of
you.
I started to watch a lot of videos about this. So there are a lot of ideas and different ways to implement this method. And I picked a little thing of these many videos and started to build something more
Yeah,
customized for me. I
yeah,
think you have
perfect.
to add
Y-
permission for me to share screen.
Oh, okay, okay. Let me see. How can I do that? Uh, Let me see. So just on a device, we can't share video during YouTube transmission. If you want to share some video, Phil don't
No,
recommend. Not video.
I'm going to show the Obsidian itself.
Okay, okay. Let me see. Well, I'm trying to remember how can I give you access. Let me see. Uh,
If not some more button, probably you need to make me
yeah,
a host, something like this.
I can't see this option. I'm trying to host tools. Maybe. Oh my God! How can I add you as? Uh, I can't find. How can I put you as host? Oh my goodness!
On the members, on the participants, uh, you
Participants.
click on more on me,
Oh,
and
okay.
there's a
Make a host. Perfect.
yeah.
Okay, you're a host now.
All
Thank you
right,
for your
so
help.
the biggest difference is this graph view. Can you see it?
Yeah, perfect.
On this sidebar, I created some folders
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the method uh, does not recommend to use folders um,
Why?
whatsoever, but I created anyway because as you can see, the Zettelkasten method consists on deferring the different kind of nodes. So you have
Oh,
uh,
I
quick
got you.
notes with
Different
on the
topics
video.
you talking about.
Yeah, there are different kind of notes that you
Oh, okay.
write.
So you
So
have to create, for example, read books, notes, something like that, and put all of
no,
this inside him. No?
no. Usually it starts on this what I'm calling notas efêmeras, which is a quick notes,
Okay.
which are quick notes or fleeting notes that we saw on the video. So
Ah,
everything starts here. So we start you for example, I saw this sentence on
okay.
internet completely randomly. So I decided to write this
This is
sentence
a good
here.
phrase. I like it. I love it.
And the the whole point of this kind of note are taking two decisions, or discard or improving this note. So how could improve this note? I could transform this note instead of a quick note into a reference note. What is a
Oh,
reference
okay.
note? It's something that I took from a third party
Okay.
source, like a book, like an article, a video,
Perfect.
and cite this search here, so I know exactly where this sentence come from.
Okay.
So
I got
and
you.
I don't know where this phrase came from, what was the context. So if I start to dig a little bit about this sentence,
Just a breath.
I will find out to where exactly this sentence came from, and
Okay.
this became at this point a reference note, which
Okay.
is
Okay. I got it.
I didn't create anything until now. It's something a knowledge entirely from a third party
Yeah.
at
Yeah. I
reference
like it.
notes.
It's so different
And
way to manage topics.
yeah, it's crazy. So let's say that found out where this phrase come from. I took a little bit more context and cited what's the book, the page, etc. So now it's a reference note. The next step is to make a literature note. And a literature note is when I started to not just replicate what the author said, but starting to talk about this content. So I started to using my words to
I got
explain what I understood about this note,
perfect.
the core idea of this note. So when I started to do this, it's not a reference note anymore. It's a literature
Yeah. I
note.
got it. Got it.
And the biggest point, the main objective of the Zettelkasten method is to transform notes in permanent notes. So I don't have actually any kind of
Okay. Of
uh,
course. You're searching
permanent
about.
notes yet, but a permanent note it's when, for example, this note is transformed to something completely new. There, I just referenced this note. I started as a quick note into this permanent note. So it's an article, it's a roteiro for a video on YouTube. It's a book, it's I don't know, something completely different, and it
In
can
our
be an
ideas, in our ideas, the way that
yeah,
we learned, or we, yeah, we had this knowledge.
but you create ideas. If I started to develop this idea, but
Mm-hmm.
just explaining, for example, what I understand from
I
this
got
note, this is not a permanent note. Permanent
perfect.
note, I have to create something. So, for example, I started to take notes about a move that I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and at this point, this is a literature note
Yeah,
because I'm giving my interpretation of the movie and taking some notes, and not there's nothing new here. If you
yeah.
started to
Your
dig,
interpretation.
search, yeah. But if this is transformed to something that a whole critic with very paragraphs, sentences, my interpretation,
Yeah,
uh, it became a permanent node. So that's the core of this method, to transform this little idea, that this little insight that you had in the beginning into something concrete that is unique, that is 100% yours. And
Transform reference in your own ideas. It's great.
yeah, exactly. And one of the most incredible things about this app is this graph view. So when I started to write it down about
Wow.
different things, you started to build your second brain, as I said before.
Yeah.
So this second brain is
Yeah,
basically
it's a brain.
it's a brain. You have a lot of nodes. So for example, if you put my mouse
Or if you want
in
Spider-Man, it's a web.
yeah, it's a web, perfect. So in this example of this literature note that I wrote, I have some different topics that I aborted, I talked about inside this note that spread to different notes. And
Yeah,
some of these notes I already started to write it about, and others not. So
yeah,
if I see it here, for example, I have a complex concept called God of gaps in English.
okay.
And I put this as it was a new note, but it's not yet. And that's one of the most incredible things about this tool. Because once I
Yeah,
started to write it down about anything, and I had this insight that this little thing that I talk about inside this note could be another note itself. So this concept is going to be a note someday, but it's not yet. So I put this inside as it was a link to a new
yeah.
note, but it's
I
not. And when I click it, it's create a new note, and
oh
I started to write about this concept.
wow. My mind's blowing. I don't know if it's the correct expression to say that, but it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I
And
have
I
a question for you. Why do you use this method at the moment? Do you have some ambition to use this, some motivation?
Yeah, I have. A lot of people who wanted to write about anything has the same problem. How to connect my ideas, my insights, how to develop these ideas, these insights, this little piece of sentence that I started to write it, and I don't know what to do with this in the future. So if you are eager to write about anything, about any topic, you um, you have to deal with this frustration
Yeah.
any moment.
So you have intention to write something someday in your life.
Exactly, about any
Oh,
topic. But the interesting is you shouldn't be using this app just because of this, because
yeah, I
like I
got.
said, it's the point is to become a second brain. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wrote it some things about cinema, films, etc. But I was started to write it about programming. So uh,
Yeah,
let's say
learn
this is
everything. Um,
learn
If you want to
everything. So
learn something, you can use this idea.
exactly, exactly. This concept, for example, God of gaps. This concept can be used in any context. So it's a very large scenario to use this expression, not
Yeah,
in this move. And let's suppose that I started to write something about psychology of human beings, and this concept comes to my mind. And I
yeah,
remember, oh, I already wrote something about this before. And I linked this God of Gaps article or insight, any kind of note that I wrote it, to this whole new topic that has nothing to do to what I was writing about. So that's the nice
I
thing about it.
I could understand almost everything you said. I think I got the main idea about how Zettelkasten means and how can we use. I hope that you are watching us on YouTube could learn a lot about that. I had, like I said, some minutes before the immersion, I had no idea what is this, what was this, and now I have more idea. I can search a little bit more about that. I'm going to search because when I watch the video and search quickly how what is this, I feel motivated to learn a little bit more about that because, like I said, I'm studying some topics at the moment, and I think it's a good way to learn better. I think, in my point of view, this technique is a better way to learn that if we compare with only take a note on Notion, for example. We can, because a part of this technical is to develop our ideas in some point. So this is a good exercise to maintain good information in our mind and exercise our mind. And so I liked a lot this. Thanks so much, Clinton, for share your experience with this topic. And I'm sorry to not to could add more in this conversation, you know. And
No problem.
the time is almost over. So yeah, I think we can. I don't know if you have some final notes to add, or if we can
Final
finish.
note about taking notes.
Yeah, final note about taking note. I think yeah, I think it's enough. So thank you a lot for you, for Clinton, and for you that you're watching us on YouTube. And yeah, until and just invitation. Uh, Tomorrow we're going to talk about animals. I think in my immersion. Let me see. Yeah, animals. Yeah, animals in our lives. So if you have time, Clinton, feel free, and you are welcome here tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Okay. Bye bye.